Hey guys, Mark Harbert from markharbert.com here, and we're going to talk about college and why I think college could be an absolute disaster of a career choice for you if you're not careful. So make sure you check out this video, listen to me. I've got something I want to share with you that I think is kind of blow your mind. All right. So first off, let me just say I'm Mark Harbert here. And if you've noticed, I'm not at home. I'm actually here in South America right now. I'm in Concon, Chile. And if you're not familiar with Chile, it's that long, skinny country along the west coast of South America. I'm actually down here right now, been down here for a little bit over 3 weeks. I'm going to be here another week. And as you can see, right now I'm on my laptop. I'm working on my patio at a condo that we rented here on the ocean. We're loving it. It's just been an amazing time. So really, I'm really excited to share with you. So number one, let's get into this a little bit. And I wanted to make this video for you today because I literally been thinking lately. My wife and I, we have a daughter who's about to turn 13. And one of the things that have really weighed on my mind is my daughter going to college, and is the college the right choice for her? And of course, we've been talking, and you know, I've really been thinking about this, and I was doing a little research, and I came across an article that said 27% of the people that had went to college, or college graduates, 27% of college graduates actually have a job that is related to their major. Think about that for a second. Almost 3/4 of the people that graduate from college don't get a job working in the major that they went to college for. I want you to let that sink in just for a moment and think about that. Think about how much money people spend on their college education. They go out, they get college loans, they get school loans, they go into massive debt to get a degree that maybe close to 75% of the time people aren't even going to use. And I ask myself, why? Why is that? You know, I think part of it is because right now in the last 15 years, 20 years, you know, we've seen the information age come in, roaring in, you know, and you've got this possibility where you can build a business online, you can build the business of your dreams online, and guess what? We're in the middle of that transition right now. We're in the middle of that transition where it's the old guard thinking of go to school, get good grades, go to college and get a safe, secure job. That is just literally, that is the old guard thinking. Now what happens today, the average person with a laptop, which is where I'm recording this on right now, can sit there and build a business of their dreams in the middle of Chile, on the ocean, enjoying it, and start making sales and sign-ups and stuff while they're on vacation. You know, literally, I was looking at my stats, okay? And I'm not telling you this to brag or nothing like that. This is definitely not me bragging, but I want to give you a little bit of a visual, okay? While I've been on vacation, I've been here for about 3.5 weeks, and my business has done almost between $15,000 and $20,000 in sales in about 3 weeks. Okay, I'm just giving you some stats. I'm not saying that to brag. I'm very modest. I don't even like sharing that stuff because the truth is you may not ever do that, okay? So make sure you understand my results are not typical. I work hard, but when I want to take vacation, I take time off. But the truth of the matter is that right now with the internet and a laptop, you can build a business that will go with you wherever you want. So how does this relate to college? Okay, here's the thing. Because I have a daughter that's about to turn 13, obviously in the next 5 to 6 years, we're looking at a potential my daughter going to college. So here's the question, okay? Do I want to send my daughter to college because that's what everybody else thinks should happen? Most people graduate from high school. The thing is now, well, what are you going to do? What are you going to get trained in? Are you going to go to school? Are you going to go to college? What are you going to get a degree in? Because that's the way people have always thought. Here's the thing, though. I was just the other day, I was sitting here. I'm down in Chile. We're at my wife's sister's house. And my niece, who's 14, one of my nieces, I started asking her, I asked her, well, what do you want to be? What kind of career path do you want to go down? And she said, well, I want to learn English and I want to teach English. And her mother was sitting right next to her, and her mother has an English degree. She speaks English fluently, and she said to her daughter, "Well, honey, there's no jobs here in Chile in English. There's no jobs in that, okay, and there's no real money in that." And I could see the disappointment on her daughter's face. But here's the thing, though, when her mother said that, I said to myself, the mother's right. She's right, and here's why. She is right because this is what happens and why people get stuck in the college trap, okay, is they think that just because I go to college and get a good education, and that means I'm going to go and make a lot of money in a career. That is not always the case. Some of the best people in our society are teachers, but teachers make the least amount of money. Now, some may want to argue, well, yeah, that's a tragedy and we should change that. You can talk about it all you want, but the truth and reality of it is that teachers get paid very, very low. While it's a very noble profession, the market for it is also very low. You get low pay, low salary. So here's the thing. When you consider a career choice, when you're taking your kids down a career choice, okay, it's not just about, hey, I want to do this because I'm passionate about it. I'm not saying don't go do that, but you also have to look beyond that and do some research and figure out what is the type of salary that I could make doing that particular profession. Okay? How much money can I make? Because you may be passionate about something. You may want to do something, but guess what? If you get to a point where you hit a ceiling on your income, that's going to suck. Okay? I'm just being real with you. I mean, I know for me, I went to college. Okay? I went to college, more of a trade college, and I learned how to do air conditioning. And I did air conditioning for 13 years. And honestly, I got to a point where I hated it. I got to a point where I didn't want to do it anymore. And so what happened was I just became non-passionate about it. Because number one, I was hitting an income ceiling. So I tried to go into sales. And I went into sales, and guess what I figured out in sales? Even some of the top sales guys in the company that I was working for were only making around $250,000 a year. Now, some of you might be thinking, oh, wow, that's a lot of money. Sure, it is. But I didn't want a cap on my earnings. I wanted to be able to go as far as I want. I don't want any cap, any ceiling on how much money I could earn. So that's when I really started to go into entrepreneurship. And started to look at entrepreneurship and really dive deep into entrepreneurship, because now, guess what? I'm a teacher, but I'm an entrepreneur teacher. And guess what that means? I have no cap on my salary. Okay? I teach entrepreneurs. I love marketing. I teach marketing. I've been doing marketing online for years. So now, well, guess what's happening? I have my own online business doing what I love, and there's no cap on what I can make. It's unlimited. And guess what? I never had a college education to do what I do. I'm really self-taught. I've invested in courses and training. I followed people that knew what they were doing. And guess what? These people weren't college graduates. These are people that just had a passion, that wanted to live life on their terms, live life the way they wanted. So my question to you is, when you are leading your kids or helping your kids or your grandkids or whatever, make sure that you don't put them into college just for the sake of putting them into college and saddling them with 30 to 40 years in some cases debt that they'll never ever pay off. To me, that's a tragedy. It's an absolute tragedy. I will not do that to my daughter. She will not saddle herself with years of school debt just for the sake of doing what society says is normal. I'm sorry, but the days of college, I'm not saying college is bad, and it can still be very, very good, but you've got to think through the end game. Where is it taking you? Don't just go, well, I think I want to get a job doing this, and I think that'll be really cool, so I'm going to go to school for that. No. What is the salary? What can you potentially make? What's the end game? How far can you go? Do you really want a cap on what you can earn? Because in most careers, you're going to reach that cap. And then when you start getting into six figures, how much of your life are you willing to give over to a career? You know, I know people that make six figures that work 70, 80 hours a week. And I don't know about you, but I don't like that. I don't want to do that. So anyway, these are just some thoughts that I have on really the college system and how it works. And man, it's getting windy out here. But what can I do? Hope you can still hear me okay. But point is, this is something to think about. The college path really is probably not the best path anymore. It just, you know, I'm not saying it's bad, but you really should help your kids think that through and pass it on. I mean, I think as entrepreneurs, it's our job to pass it on, pass that knowledge on, and really create a new dynamic around the future of what our kids are looking at. And I'm telling you, saddling them with 30 to 40 years of college debt, as far as I'm concerned, is absolutely immoral, man. I am not going to do that unless there is a very, very clear path to where you want to go. I'm not against investing in education. I think education is one of the most powerful things that you can invest in, but you better make sure you've got a plan of how you're going to use that, because you don't want to be one of those almost 75% of people that go to college and never use their major just to kill time. It's just what I'm supposed to do. I don't know, man. I think we need to make some changes. I don't know. What about you? Let me know in the comments below. What do you think about what I'm talking about? Do you think it's a tragedy? I think it is. And I think we need to do better. I think no time is better than right now on a better time to build an online business. I mean, you got access to the internet. My almost 13-year-old daughter, she loves YouTube. She's already got ideas going about what she's going to do on YouTube. And my goal is to help her learn how to monetize that so that she can build the business of her dreams, and she's not going to be tethered down by a normal job. She's going to have the freedom to do the things that she wants to do. And guess what? Best of all, so that she doesn't have an income cap, she can go and make as much as she wants. That's what I want to teach my daughter, and I hope that's what you do for your kids or your grandkids, is pass on that information, because that's the best thing that we can do. If you want some information about some of the programs that I recommend, look in this video, look in the description of the video. I've got a couple things. One of my number one recommendations for an online business. Check that out. Go in there and check out the information. I know you'll enjoy it. All right. Appreciate you. We'll see you in the next video. And make sure you hit that subscribe button. Get subscribed and hit the notification bell, because I put out videos like this on a regular basis. All right. Appreciate you. We'll talk soon. Bye-bye.